So today's empowerment card is the humor card, to have a little fun. This card says laugh at yourself, lighten your heart, let nothing steal your happiness. And what I was thinking about this is that the life that you create for yourself doesn't have to be rigid or strict or joyless. You don't need to put yourself in a box in order to live. You don't need to give yourself rules that don't exist for your own life. You can live your life however you want to. And you can have fun, you can laugh, and take parts of it lightly. Sometimes I feel like are meant to be serious, like having a child, I feel like should be serious, getting married should be serious. Like there are certain things that should have some tone of seriousness to it. But every second of every day doesn't have to be a fight for survival. Every second doesn't have to be strict and focused. And, sometimes we can be light. Sometimes we can just let our brains be empty for a little while. And if you're tired of living the way, like I said, living for survival, you can change that narrative for yourself. You can wake up in the morning and consciously choose to do things that you like, to listen to the birds sing, to sit over there and, not go on your phone, not even just sit with your thoughts and listen to the birds, listen to nature. You can listen to your favorite songs and eat your favorite breakfast while you're getting ready for the day. And you don't have to keep yourself stuck in the reality that telling yourself that life is always hard, quote unquote. And the more that you tell yourself that, the more that you will live in that energy and the more your life will become just that. It doesn't have to be hard every single second. Sometimes, yeah, sure, difficult things come up, difficult things happen, but we can choose how long we want to sit in that difficult energy. But once you realize that life is all about perspective and where you focus your energy, wherever you are putting your energy and whatever you're telling yourself, basically, you'll see how much power you have to change it. Because if you're telling yourself that life can be hard and your life is still staying hard, that is a lot of power that you have if you think about it that way. So why don't we flip the script and tell ourselves that life doesn't always have to be hard. I can have fun. I deserve to have fun. And, I can make life enjoyable. I can make life humorous for myself. And, I can find gratitude and moments of peace throughout my day, every single day. That can be something that you tell yourself. And the more that you live in that energy, the more you repeat that to yourself, the more your life is going to become just that. So if you are leaning so hard on one side and you're hating being there, you can do the exact opposite to yourself and just say the opposite, and your life will become the opposite. So remain happy and hopeful and light in your heart. Practice embracing that light energy each day to welcome it easier, because you can move from that survival energy to that thriving energy. And I know it's not easy, because I've been in that too. I remember just feeling like, okay, I gotta scrap together like this much in order to pay this bill. And then I'm just I wasn't thinking bigger. I wasn't thinking like I deserved anything more than that. And I wasn't also giving myself room to laugh and to have fun and to realize that life, can be how I want it to be. At least, my life. I can't control anybody else's life, but my life can be how I want it to be. And that is how you can, feel, because I see a lot about people, just being miserable and just hating their lives and just feeling empty. But I feel like all of that work starts with you. If you don't like how you're feeling, if you don't like the experiences you're having, the people in your life, you can change that for yourself. And it doesn't have to be completely overnight. You can make those little shifts in yourself and in your perspective and the way you are thinking about your life. But that can all be up to you. It doesn't really fall into somebody else's hands. So make sure you're creating a life for yourself that you find the happiness in each day, even if it is those small things. Like I said, listening to the birds singing, listening to your favorite music, wearing your hair however you want it to be, those little things that you can do to make yourself happier each day. Do it. Who says you can't? There are no rules in life. There are no rules to, how many ponytails or how many braids you want to put in your hair. Who cares? Who cares? Yeah, life can honestly be that humorous, that silly, if you want it to be. So, yeah, take care of yourself. Again, also at any age, there is no certain cutoff for wearing a certain thing. If you want to wear, I don't know, I feel like a lot of older people that I talk to, not old, just older people, older than me, that I talk to, is that, they don't like wearing certain types of clothing because it makes them feel like a certain body part is not like attractive, quote unquote. But I feel like it's attractive if you think you're attractive. Like, point blank period. Like, who cares? Who cares what anybody else thinks? Because I feel like at the end of the day, like, a lot of people, especially talking to so many people who had like the same idea, like, we are all so worried about how the another person is thinking about us, but they're actually not thinking about that, because we're all deeply thinking about ourselves. And I think about that too sometimes, like being at like a concert or going to like an event or something, and just being worried about what you're wearing and thinking about, or sometimes I think about like if I say something silly and I'm like, well, they're probably not thinking about that, because they might be thinking about something silly that they said that I didn't even take into account, that I didn't think was silly at all. So why am I worried so much about what I said was silly when they're not even thinking about it? Like, that is just me being a little bit selfish and a little bit self-conscious. So, just be silly. Just wear something that makes you feel comfortable, that, allows you to take the lightness from life and to enjoy it more, and to really just make your life however you want it to be. There's no point in being unhappy in your own life. Like, sure, other things can happen. Again, difficult things can happen. We can meet rude, ignorant, difficult people. That is one thing, but also we don't need to focus on those energies. We can focus on the energies and the things that make us happy. We don't need to ruminate over the bad things that have happened, 20, 30, 40 years ago to us. We can choose, to let that go and to not let that be the focus of our lives and the center of our lives. So it's your life. You do whatever makes you happy. Again, we're all about authenticity here. Do whatever makes you feel like you are living your most authentic life as your most authentic self, whatever that looks like to you. Again, whatever you want to wear, however you want to style your hair. If you want to tattoo your eyebrows, you go do that. You want to get a nose job, go ahead. Like, if it makes you happy and it's not hurting anybody else, you do you. So that was today's message. Remember to laugh at yourself, lighten your heart, and let nothing steal your happiness. That was it. So I hope you take something from that. I hope it inspires you to do things a little bit more lighthearted and a little bit more looser in your life that makes you happy, not anybody else. So I'll be back tomorrow with another empowerment message. Go ahead and watch any of my past ones if you feel called to, excuse me, and I hope I see you in the next one. Bye for now.